Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this vid by Blackie Speaks. This is Lil Pump thinks J. Cole is wrong. Wrong about what? Because he read you for filth on that song, and he actually predicted what was going to take place with you and your career, and he was correct. So, what you mean he was wrong? Literally, what he said was going to happen, it happened. Wrong where? I'm confused. Anyway, let's see what he's talking about. Let's watch.
And I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying, not even necessarily about quote-unquote falling off. You know what I mean? You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
Oh, we living in a fantasy land. Got it.
You're definitely in denial. Let's just call it like it is. I want to talk about this recent clip that's gone viral of Lil Pump, where he said that he doesn't think that J. Cole was right. At this point, you should know what we're referring to when Lil Pump and J. Cole's name comes up in a conversation. I'm, of course, talking about the 1985 effect, which people better start giving me credit for coining that term. For anyone who's not aware, I was the first person to come up with the term. And I gotta say it like that because everybody's throwing around the term, but nobody knows the source. Or actually, people...
the song's called 1985 though, but alright, brother.
Source, but they don't want to give the source credit, right? I made a video on over 2 years ago, which has close to 2.5 million views, and I'll just leave it at that. But Lil Pump the other day was doing this interview with Bootleg Kev. Shout out to Kev, by the way. He conducts some great interviews, and he's very important to the hip-hop culture. But he was having this sit-down with him, and Bootleg Kev brought up J. Cole's name. He talked about that interview Lil Pump had with J. Cole a few years back. Do you remember that? J. Cole and Lil Pump sat down for an interview after Pump, of course, went at J. Cole and started the F. J. Cole movement. The conversation then went to a place where Bootleg Kev essentially asked Lil Pump if he thinks what J. Cole said as far as predicting the fall-off of his career was true. Safe to say that Lil Pump did not agree with that.
There's so many parts of that.
You have no music out
where like people got fame so fast. They were so young. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying. Not even necessarily
Gucci gang.
You know what I mean?
It's a thing of the past.
You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
No, that's fair.
I'm still here.
You're still here, 100%.
R.I.P. Takeoff. That shit is so sad.
Lil Pump, man, we gotta talk, my brother. I don't think it's a big deal that you fell off. Honestly, it was expected. We all knew that Lil Pump would fall off at some point. I mean, it was only a matter of time. You put antics at the forefront, did a bunch of things that completely overshadowed the music. You did some of the most respected rappers in the industry, J. Cole being one of them, Eminem being another one as well.
Really?
Eminem, you was lame as hell. Ain't nobody listening to your old ass. You lame as fuck, bitch.
Honestly, I think Lil Pump is just the prime example.
He clearly is on drugs 24/7. So nothing that comes out of his mouth makes any sense. What are you talking about? Nobody's listening to him.
Of what happens when antics become the focal point of your career. This is one of those rappers who, since the day he came in the game, he was always doing a bunch of things that deflected from the music. And you know what the funny thing is? I think if Lil Pump actually had the music to back up the antics, he would most likely be relevant today. Lil Nas X is a good example, who I just talked about the other day. Nas has, of course, partaken in antics as well, but I think one thing about him is just, I mean, he's so damn talented. He knows how to make some really good sounding records, and generally speaking, Lil Nas X used the antics to really just highlight his talent. So he's not an artist who's all about antics. He's an artist who just used antics for a period of time. Also, he's a marketing genius too, and there's a lot of strategy behind what he does, right? However, for Lil Pump, he's a rapper who just did a bunch of antics, and the music just wasn't good enough for people to stay interested. On top of that, let's not forget that Lil Pump blew up back in 2017 at the age of 16 or 17. His birthday is on August 17. Gucci Gang dropped on August 30th, 2017, so 17. But he blew up at the mere age of 17, which means 5 years later, obviously all of his teenage fans, you know, they all grew up. I gotta say, I did find Lil Pump somewhat entertaining when he initially came out. Now granted, he was on that ignorant clout chasing shit, but I gotta say, Pump was somewhat entertaining, so at least he had something going for him. J. Cole in 2018, of course, dropped KOD, the album. It came out on April 20, 2018. Pump around that time was doing really good. I mean, he was fresh off of Gucci Gang, was getting a lot of press in the media and whatnot. J. Cole had a couple things to say about rappers like Lil Pump, who was obviously very anti-driven. 1985 is the song, and you already know what that song was about. J. Cole essentially took all the rappers who are on that clout chasing shit to class by laying out the facts of what was going to happen in the future. Now your show's looking light because they don't show up, which unfortunately means the money's slow. This year we saw Smoke Perp going through just that. He was performing in front of 10 or 15 people, potato. J. Cole also touched on young rappers riding trends just to get hot again, just to fall off and be filled with regret. I mean, J. Cole was really preaching on his record. I still haven't seen any rapper of of this stature, at least, predicting the future of the rap game the way he did. The thing about 1985 is, and this is why it's such a good and truthful record, the thing about it is J. Cole really went into detail how rappers like Lil Pump were gonna be affected by.
He's also seen this play out so many times before, though. So it's not even that he really predicted the future. It's more so that this is the nature of the rap industry. As long as we all have been listening to rap, we've seen it a million times. There are so many artists who have come and gone. Like, they had huge success. Their songs were played everywhere. People thought they were going to be the next big star, and then they fell off to like completely nothing. Look at Fetty Wap. I thought Fetty Wap was going to be massive and he was going to be everywhere and around for a while. And that just didn't happen. He turned back to a life of crime and now he in jail, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, this is just how it is. So, J. Cole was like, hey, little nigga, yeah, you dissing me, you talking your shit, but let's wait and see where you going to be in a couple years. And lo and behold, Lil Pump where? We don't ever see him or hear from him at all. I'm surprised he even has so much jewelry on. Where are you getting the money for this? I'm confused.
How they're moving. So he didn't just say they're going to fall off. He said you're eventually going to fall off because of this and this and this. And this is how that's going to look. And this is how, that's going to happen. And then after that, this is going to happen, etc. So J. Cole was very specific with how he talked about it, which is the great thing about the song. Lil Pump is, of course, in denial about what J. Cole said, though. And hey, it's cool if Lil Pump doesn't think that J. Cole was right. However, speaking from the numbers. And
they really want to take a picture with you because you look crazy. You look crazy. You don't look like one of them. Your hair is crazy colors. They're like, oh, this dude looks cool. Let's get a picture. It's common in Asia, but all right.
Pump is at right now career-wise. This is obviously laughable. And I think everybody realizes that Lil Pump fell off except for himself. I'll be honest, part of me thinks that Pump said that just because he's trying to spark up controversy. If that was the case, I guess he succeeded. Let's reiterate this once again, though. J. Cole was right. J. Cole has always been right. And J. Cole will always be right.
Period.
J. Cole made a prediction on 1985, almost 5 years ago. And all these years later, everything he talked about on our record has clearly manifested itself in the rap game. All the rappers who are on a cloud chasing wave, they've all fallen off. No question about it. Anyway, what do you think about what Lil Pump...
Really interesting that he does not live in reality with the rest of us, and he thinks that he hasn't fallen off at all, and he's still just as big as he always has been. Maybe when the drugs wear off a bit, he will come back to reality. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!